Hey guys, it's RobJ here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the fish Formicarium from Auntie Jan's Ant Shop. Now you'll recognise that name from a previous nest I did quite a while back, and this follows very similar design principles with mini outworlds built in, internal doors, and various sort of design factors, but we must say that this is a very unique sort of Formicarium and very much suited to any sort of ant keeper, even a child's sort of setup. But don't let that mistake you, I would certainly use it myself, and my girlfriend actually wants me to get her one, so don't let that worry you. So we're going to first of all check out the Outworlds. Now these are like built-in mini outworlds for feeding and giving them various things like their seeds, their insects, and hopefully one of them will be used as a dump site, etc. like that. And they're also used as access points so you can get the ants inside. Now the nest includes a number of these slides. Essentially they have a blank and a hole, and depending on which way you put them into these number of slots around the nest, you can actually lock off or open up various parts of the nest, and these are also how you block off an outworld for cleaning, maintenance, or feeding. And the nest features these to let the ants have a small area until they grow in numbers, and you keep letting them have larger and larger areas. And then these also move on as well to guard the outworlds. And I must say this nest is very well put together and includes free shipping worldwide, which is always nice. So, how exactly do we get this to work? Well, very much so you would lock off an outworld, you would open the outworld up, you'd clean it, put some food in there, whatever. Then you would relock the outworld lid and flip the blocker to open and let the ants in. Now I can see you getting one or two escapees pretty much on quite a regular basis from if you use the doors a lot. So I recommend that you think about how you want to lay out your doors and the age of your colony, and maybe reduce that to a minimum usage. The hydration system is a central system, and it has very special cuts in the acrylic to allow the ants to drink freely from the centre outwards. Now how you get your ants in, you use the largest mini outworld and you put it in with the door open. Now this was quite fiddly, but you only really have to do this when you're putting your queen in for the first time, essentially. So you'd put your test tube or whatever on the other end, and what you do is you just force it through the little hole, and it allows you to load your nest. Once your nest is loaded, you would just simply pull the tube out. Now if you want to put an outworld on as well, which I would eventually when they grew up, you could move your ants out via that tube, or just simply link that tube up to an external outworld. Now the mini outworlds themselves, one of the features that the Auntie Jan's Ant Shop supplies is this like mini test tube with glass, and they give you a nice little bit of sponge for the end. And it's quite a tight fit, but once it's in, it sort of locks together. Now, overall, the nest is really rather good, and you don't have to have it horizontal, you can go vertical. And it comes with spares, because it has quite a lot of fiddly little parts, and you're thinking, oh, if I lose one of them. But it comes with a healthy number of spares to cover all breakages and even lost parts. Even includes tweezers. Now these tweezers are really handy for any men or women that don't have any nails. I keep mine really short. I'm also quite bad habit of chewing my nails, so I don't have any nails. So them tweezers are literally a lifesaver to use this nest with total ease. So I really like that it's included. But as always, Auntie Jan's Ant Shop includes the green colour, which you can see installed now, and then you can have yellow, white, or clear new backs, and you just replace them before you add your ants into it. So you've got the vertical, horizontal, 3 different coloured backs, or 4, and then they include a very easy to install piece of translucent, like flexible accrete. I'm not really sure what its full name is, but this is quite a common thing to see. You can buy this from DIY shops where they've cut this perfectly to match the nest, and it's a nice touch because they're obviously throwing this in for free at their own cost. So it's rather nice. It works much better when it's in a horizontal position, which is how I would recommend using it, even though it is quite a nice display. It does work upright in the vertical position, but if you have anything like a fan on or something like that, or a strong wind, it will just fall off. And then again, the doors themselves, if it ever falls over, the doors will fall out. So it has the option to do that, and I would blue tack the doors into position for your own safety, essentially, just for peace of mind. But overall, as long as you don't make any mistakes using this nest, it is a brilliant nest. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you next time.